Definitely. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and get this thing jumping.
Christmas edition.
Yeah. I was thinking about moving that tree back in there. I said, nah,
Hey, brother, you know, hey, on my mom, you know you pressed up my first mixtape, the first project I ever really put out.
Are you serious?
Yeah, you dropped a couple of boxes of CDs off on Florence Road. You don't remember?
You look familiar when you was walking. I'm like, why you look so familiar, man?
Yeah, on mama's like my first project, True Wordsmith. I connected with you, or my wife found you on Facebook. Then I had hit you, and you had good prices, and it looked dope. And then you brought the box up to the Chevron over there on Florence, Pocket and Florence over there.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Yeah. You dropped. I came and got 100 CDs and then 50 CDs after that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, the first project that I brought.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your boy, Kalen Maurice. You tuned into The Spot, where the air beats the streets. Check that shit out, you feel me?
What up, though? This your boy, Cousin P, and you're tuned in to The Spot, where the ears meet the streets. I got a special guest today. I'm going to go ahead and allow him to introduce himself.
Yeah, my name is Livin Legacie. You can find me on IG. I got Spotify, everything. Livin Legacie. Livin is I-N, no G at the end. Legacy, Legacie. You know what I mean? So I'm just happy to be here.
Never. Don't let nobody hold you back to the light. Nigga talking out the neck with the disrespect. Nigga, you ain't shit. You been making tracks, I've been making hits. You was smoking my weed, nigga, drinking my fit. Thought we was boys, thought we was niggas. Minus one fuck boy, now we all hitters. Fucking with winners, never no quitters. Can't hold me back from them fame and them figures. Chasing them drakes, chasing them triggers. Sometimes my flow got a little Kendrick. Fuck up the beat, it got morning sickness. I'm the illest, no cancer, and I'm in the winner circle, and I'm
Dope. So tell me, how did you come up with the name that you got?
Well, to keep it real, my first name was King. When I started doing music when I was 16, first couple albums I came out was gospel albums, and I was just stuck with my regular name was gospel rap. Then I moved into a little bit different stuff, so it's the King in the new generation, but that generation passed me. You know what I mean? So I changed my name to Livin Legacie, and it really doesn't mean like for me. It's for the people, and I want my music and people to feel that vibe that, you know, like we were just talking about, got kids and like somebody's watching everybody, right?
True.
And I'm living my legacy so that the people behind me and the people that are watching me can have something to live by when I pass. And I want my listeners and I want my supporters to embrace that themselves and be living legacies themselves. So my name is really for everybody, not just myself.
Okay, that's dope. So, and I know in the beginning you said you used to do like gospel music. Do you still do that now, or it's like a incorporation of both?
So I think all my music always got a message.
Okay, that's dope.
You know what I mean? But my new one, it's gonna have like a straight gospel track called "Did You Pray?"
Okay.
You know, I was reaching out to people and like, how do you guys feel about it? I know when Kanye did it and then he came out with the other songs, people felt a certain way about it because it wasn't all gospel. And but I mean, life is life at the end of the day. You know what I mean? I love God. You know, I pray every day. Yeah, that's every day before I go to work. Me and my family get in a circle, we pray. So and I heard this beat on BeatStars and it made me think, do you pray? So yeah.
That's dope. Is it gonna be a video to that one?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, I definitely.
It's definitely gonna be.
You gotta be juicy about that one, man. That's dope. I respect that. So next question: how would you describe your song as an artist?
I mean, and I try to keep it a little bit current, but a lot of my stuff is classic.
Okay.
You know, I'm not. Jay-Z said that hip hop is a young man's game. You know, I heard that. I heard that in the interview, but. You know, after that, they ask him how does he continue to make albums. You know, you know we're not you know OGs, but we're older gentlemen, but we still have the type of music that we grew up that we want to hear. And ain't nobody really making it.
That's true.
You know, so I'm
mad about that. I'm
trying to fill that lane, and for the young people that want to be enlightened and they don't want to just listen into that you know, party music and influence and bad. You know, we saw what happened to the young man 21, just passed away from taking all the drugs. You know what I mean? And that's not the type of music that I ever grew up on.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it was never glorified. People talk about maybe doing it and being addicted to it and get off of it. So I want my music to embrace that and bring back the real culture of hip hop, man.
Right.
I think it's due time. I was just talking to my wife. Where the Aaliyahs and Erykah Badu's at, man?
and that's definitely real. So let me ask you, where do you think we dropped the ball? Because the ball had to be dropped somewhere. Because if you go back to like the KRS ones, to the Pops, you know what I'm saying, and then like where did the ball drop? You know what I'm saying? We went from, you know what I mean,
I don't think
selling dope to using it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, I don't really think we dropped the ball. Like to a major scale, we don't get to choose what's put in front of us a lot of the time. You know, and if and now because of the internet and the exploration of that, and you can really choose the content, it's getting a little bit better, but it's just flooded with so much garbage, and you got to find the good. But and I don't think anybody really dropped the ball. I just think an agenda is pushed, you know what I mean, for that type of music to represent our culture and not the better.
True, and I can kind of agree, and I agree with that. But then I feel like now that we have the internet, we can shoot. Before then, you had labels, and most of these people, they didn't own themselves. You get what I'm saying? Let alone their image. Now you can put what you want out, but I still feel like people don't want to hear it, especially when it comes to the females. When you think about like the Megan Goods, and you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Cardi B. I feel like I like Cardi B music, but I feel like she gave life to the hoes and the prostitutes. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
man. Hey,
like on everything I love. No disrespect, get your money, but I feel like she breeded a whole new breed of bitches that just, you know what I'm saying? Like just out now. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
And I mean, at the end of the day, that's what I'm talking about. I got 4 daughters at the house.
Right.
You know what I mean? When I see the city girls, the music might be good, but there's no substance to it. And I don't really think that the internet is a beast. But big fish eat little fish.
That's true.
If I have the money to put that video out in front of everybody's face, you know, even on Spotify, if you just want to play random songs, they go play whoever's single out, whether it's jazz, country, whatever, until you get your listens up.
That's true.
They go play whatever's hot. You know, I went to a competition out in LA. It wasn't really a competition, but it was a meet and greet with ARs. You know, he gave me some advice as far as, you know, let me know that, hey, as far as having some harmonics. You know, this is back when I was pressing up the CDs with you before Lil Baby and all them cats is taking over the harmonics. He's like, okay, you probably might have to do that. So he was kind of sort of letting me know about the new wave. Then I found out that people actually, if you want to get put on the Billboard charts, you just run the chips. And if the people continue to listen to your song, then you stay there. If not, then you don't. So, I mean, money plays a major part. Right. I mean,
anything you do.
So, I mean, at the end of the day, music is a beast. Right, and the people who are making it are always going to try to find a way to somehow suppress those who are underground. But we still had a free market, though.
True.
And every day I get on my Spotify, I find out how many streams I get, and lo and behold, Netherlands was my most listeners, not even in the U.S.
Right. And the crazy part about that, when I did like my Spotify, did like how many listens you got for the year. Most of my fans are in Japan, bro.
Run it.
Threw me through a whole loop, and then it breaks it down to the age ranking. It was people. My most listeners in Japan is from 16 to 21.
Run it.
Male and female just threw me through a loop. Like, how the hell? You know what I'm saying? Like, how do I get over there to kind of make some more cousin people music to get you what you really
but what you really got to do is analyze that data and find out who in America is listening to that type of music.
Right.
And then you market it in.
Makes sense.
You know, that's where the data comes from. And I reached out to people in the Netherlands, and I was like, okay, what kind of music? They listen to the shit. They don't even know the language. You know what I mean? But they just bump into old school shit. They like the classics with the drums, and that's what my first project had a lot of stuff. It had a lot of like classic. It was called Follow the Blueprint because it was inspired by Jay-Z.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So I had a lot of classic beats on there, and I had one new beat, but a lot of them was just like straight up couple West Coast beats maybe, but a lot of it was those type of East Coast Jay-Z vibe type beats, and that genre of music that they like out there. You know, and then come to find out that there's other countries like that where they don't even know what we saying, but they like the old school hip hop.
That's crazy, because I remember like fast going way back, probably about 3 or 4 years. Like I did a song with a dude from Portuguese. Like actually sent the song, I still got it to this day, and got back, and he was on there gassing. I don't know what the hell he was saying. I just know at the end of the track he was like, something, I'm on a track with Cousin Peter. But when I say he was riding me to gas and he was gas, but I ain't understand nothing.
Yeah.
Oh man, that shit's crazy. Okay, so what are you hoping your fans get from your music?
Inspiration.
Inspiration, just the inspiration. Elaborate.
So, I mean, what I talk about is my everyday situations.
Okay.
And I know there's a lot of people out there that don't have that type of music that I'm making for that type of person, like the father, the worker, the striver. I poke fun at some things. I got a song called Straight to the Bank, where I poke fun. It's a real song, but I poke fun at the African American culture. As soon as we get something, we popping bottles.
Right.
And it's called Straight to the Bank, and I'm talking about how I'm done with that. I'm trying to invest my money, so when I get it, I'm straight to the bank with it, and then I'm investing it versus going to get that chain or that bottle of champagne. You know what I mean? And then I have a couple other songs talk about chasing dreams.
Right.
Which is what I'm doing, and I just really talk about my life.
That's dope.
So that's like the intro for that, and those that listen to it and those that follow it, and then the part 2 will be a little bit more in depth about what carries me to make the music that I would make. So that's why part 2 is called Pain Equals Motivation. Okay. So I'm gonna talk about really what motivates me, the pain that drives me. You know what I mean? And then what's ticking in my brain that takes me there.
No,
I know that there's somebody who got that thing ticking in their brain too. Nipsey wasn't the only one who had dreams of owning corner stores and doing all that. It's sad the brother went down, and I'm not taking down what he went. He's one of the soldiers that's out here out of hundreds of brothers that have this goal. You know what I mean? And he's not there. He's not the only one. Before he died, there's plenty of people, and now the people after he died are still motivated. But there's plenty of people who want to do the music is gonna move into community activism and having these things. Once you have the popularity, I mean, for some reason your voice is heard a little bit more.
Right.
So I mean, at the end of the day, that's where God has blessed me with the talent to make music. So that music is gonna be my vessel and my voice to get to that point where I can get to a platform to maybe make some type of change. Like Pac said, I might not be the end, but if I can be the match to light the fuel, that's how I'm feeling right now.
Right.
And I feel like it's a whole bunch of other brothers out there feeling that way.
Real.
And if we just keep pushing and more people speak that way and we just start coming together, it'll happen, because we almost there. Civil rights movement was never done. It's still unfinished, baby. You know that.
Right.
You know that.
Lie about that one.
You know that.
That's definitely true. What influenced you? What are your influence?
Man, when I looked at that question, it's like a deep question, because there's level of influences to me.
Right.
I'm influenced by the people who learn from me. I'm influenced by my peers and my equals. I'm influenced by those people who I have access to that I want to be, and then I'm influenced by people that I don't have access to that I want to be.
That's
You know what I
dope.
mean?
That's
So,
dope and deep.
if you start at the top, Jay-Z
Right.
is the pinnacle. A little bit more recent guy in hip hop who's been taking off. I had the opportunity to open it up for him, Dave East.
Okay.
In the hip hop game. Now, if we talking about business, I like a dude named Grant Cardone. I done read like 5 of his books.
Okay.
And underneath that, the Gatlin, the local cat who I know is not a friend that, hey, we hang out, you know what I mean? But,
Right.
I got access to him. I've been to a couple of the shows, hung out with him. I got plans on getting him on a new project. And I just see how he pushing right in the local area, you know what I mean? I got access to him, so I'm like, he's inspirational to me, because he's right here.
Right.
And I see him doing it every day, grinding out, making good music too. You know what I mean? I'm inspired by myself sometimes, and then I have some people, as far as, who's around me doing music that I may be coaching up, or maybe some youth that I may be coaching up. I'm not going to spit out names, because I don't want anybody to feel like, oh yeah, he's right, Luke, I am your father. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't gonna run it like that, but I know there are people around me that wouldn't be doing what they was doing if I wasn't there. So everybody inspires me, you know what I mean? And I just think that, and I think it's a beautiful thing to think that way.
Right. Dope. Okay. How do you see yourself as an artist?
I really, like I was saying before, I see music as a vessel. I really don't see myself as an artist. I see myself as an entrepreneur and a changer.
Okay.
And the music is fun, and I love it, and it's a talent that God blessed me, And then in the Bible it says that if you have a talent, why not use it to make money?
Right.
It might not be what you want to do at the core of yourself, because at the end of the day, we know music is a grind.
Yes, it is, and it costs.
Man, say that part one more time.
And it costs, man.
And it costs. And I mean, really, the parts of the music that most artists are like, we like the writing,
Right.
we like hitting the booth, and we like hitting the stage.
Right.
But there's so many other puzzle pieces around it that you got to do that you don't like.
Right. You ain't lying about that. I mean, especially if you're doing it by yourself, whether it's the copyright, making sure your paperwork is straight. I mean, if it's mixing, mastering. I mean, man. Yeah.
So it goes in deep. So
Right.
I mean, that's the vessel of work that's gonna get us to the other work. Like I said, the Nipsey hustle corners.
Right.
You know what I mean? The cleaning up. Like when I drive down the street and I just see, you know, you drive down Folsom and there's no trash on the streets. You drive around the corner, man. It's just nobody's cleaning up. Nobody gives a fuck about our community, but I do.
Right.
And if enough people speak up, we can make the change, man. You know what I mean?
That's definitely true, my brother. Definitely true. How do you want to be seen as an artist or entrepreneur?
I just want to be seen as an innovator in a way,
Okay.
and just respected for sticking to my craft.
Okay.
And that's pretty much it. Just a wholesome dude, and I think at this point, if anything ever were to happen as far as me progressing, if God blesses me, you know, then I'm at an age where I don't think any type of money would change who I am and what I want to do.
That's dope.
You know what I mean? I'm not gonna be.
That's dope.
I was like, I'm sorry to say, man, but that Migos Popeye's chicken commercial on there. Hey, you see that one? I was like, man, these niggas will fucking do anything. Basically, that'll never be me. You know what I mean? You ain't seen it yet?
I did. Did you see at the end when he was playing with the biscuit? Like,
Yeah,
what,
yeah.
Like, what the fuck is this?
I'm like, man, the takeoff Popeye's packet. I'm like, nah, bruh, come on, man. You needed the money that bad? You could have put out a single, bro. But
That I think that comes more from our culture. Just that idea. We chasing the bag. I'm gonna get the bag. You want me to do a Popeye's chicken commercial? Fuck it, I'm gonna do it. You want me to do a KFC? Fuck it, I'm gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? I think that's more so that just that culture that we have. Like, just get the bag by any means. You know what I'm saying? I think that's why whole culture is so not frowned upon now. You know what I'm saying? Especially when it comes to females. Get your bag. Do what you got to do. Get it. You know what I'm saying? Cause in our culture is more so. Let's get the bag. Fuck it, by any means necessary. Get the bag, pretty much.
yeah, that's because we don't really see. That's my last album. I got a plan, but it's gonna be called Black. Being labeled athletes, comedians, and killers. I'm not gonna explain everything how it goes because I got an idea. I don't want nobody to copy off it, but it's gonna be some.
That part that you just said is dope.
It's gonna be some crazy shit. But that's gonna be the last album, and that's what I talk about. Like this, it's the dumbing down in the culture. Like, and in a way, if you look back in history, and I'm not saying that America's about to wash us or anything, but this is what Hitler did before he killed the Jews. He just desensitized people to them. He devalued who that person was. All the killings and nothing happens, and this is who they are. This is who the majority of they are. And then that because we're black, our life holds no value in community. Not saying that there's gonna be some type of genocide or anything like that, but I mean, it did happen back then, and that's what the result of it was. And in a way, the same thing is happening. You know, and we have an opportunity. And I mean, it starts from the ground up. The education is really what's gonna change. It's not the money.
That's true. You ain't lying about that. That's so definitely true.
We all got it. That's one of the. And I worked in special education for 6 years. Worked around a lot of African American kids who weren't even really mentally challenged. They just parents was just fuck ups.
Right. And the crazy part about I was watching a thing with Dr. Umar Johnson. I don't know if you know who that is.
Yeah.
And he was saying the same thing with the putting your kids in special ed. Like that's just a way for them to, the state to get money. But most of the time, they don't even. It's just pay attention to your kids. You get what I'm saying? Like they're not retarded or anything like that. Just pay attention. You know what I mean? But yeah, I agree with that one. I definitely agree. What do you feel you bring differently to the music scene in Sacramento? Because you're out here. Are you from Sac?
Yeah, basically.
Okay. So
I mean, I was born in Oakland, but all my fondest memories are out here. Yeah,
Okay,
all my teenagers and stuff moved out here in junior high school.
Sacramento.
Still got family out there. I mean, a lot of Sacramento music. It seems like it needs to be gangster rap, and I seem like there's a couple other artists that I know of and I've heard that are doing good things. Spitting not just gangster rap, or not at all gangster rap. But I feel like that's what I bring different. Not saying anything like Mozzie has set it up so Sacramento's on the map. I listen to his music. It's dope. Right. You know what I mean? I grew up on gangster rap. Listen to Mac Dre. Matter of fact, I'm opening for Mac Mall on January 5th in Oakland Complex. Okay. But yeah, I grew up off all that shit. So I don't put it down, but that was me at one point.
Right.
And I made that music when I was that age. You know what I mean? And I was doing it, but I'm out of it now.
Right.
You know what I mean? I still talk about what I used to do in the past and maybe how that influenced me. And I'm still people getting shot up at Walmart, so I'm gonna roll with mine too, just in case.
Right.
But it ain't really to threaten nobody. It's just to make sure it's one of them things. You know what I mean? It's cloudy outside. You might as well take a sweater because it might rain. Better to need it, have it and not need it, and not have it type thing. But I think that's the difference that I bring to the game in Sacramento is just not just spitting that game. There's no gangster rap in any of my songs. I got 2 songs that I just made, but you can tell I just made it. Like some people made me mad, so I made 2 songs called "Thought I Went Soft" just to let you know that the core of me is still the same. But if you listen to the undertones, I let you know that you ain't worth it.
Right.
But it's dope music though. And I got some visuals that's coming out to that. The graphics is out now. My cousin do all my graphics.
Okay.
So all the drawings and stuff. He's super dope. He's about to start putting a little cartoon out with the characters and stuff like that. So I'm excited about that.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I want to get some money to help him put on that, to help him do that, because he's been helping me with all my graphics. You can tell like all my graphics is just something drawn. I don't really want, like, I'm not the artist who needs to have his face seen everywhere.
Right.
I like just having the little cartoons and their drawings and stuff like that. So yeah.
That's dope. That's dope. Okay. Where do you see yourself 5 years from now in life and in music?
Man, shit, 5 years from now, my kids will almost be on their way out, so I'll be planning for college tuition for sure.
Okay.
That part. But I mean, 5 years, I'm hoping that album that I'm telling you about is all done. I'm hoping that Only Elite Entertainment is launched. And that's gonna have multiple stems to it. I'm gonna have a clothing line for sports, and then the hip hop, and then as well for the women. Called Livin Legacies. Me and my wife is working on the paperwork, so hopefully all that stuff gets launched by then. It should be launched, and really just helping other artists that are struggling, trying to get to that point, to that platform where people are heard, and dope artists. Only Elite. That's what I'm trying to start. But right now I'm collabing with Hardline Records. I'm a dude named GB.
Okay.
E40. He's connected, so we're gonna do some music together coming up soon. But they helped me get my last project done. So in 5 years, I see myself not doing music, just making moves. Maybe just coming out with an album maybe once every year, just because my fans may want to hear me.
Okay.
But yeah, hopefully the race is over, man. I'm a yacht somewhere, man.
Right. And I hear that, man. That's all my questions. Thanks for coming out, brother. I appreciate you. Look in the camera. Let anybody know if they want to find you. Where could they find you at?
I mean, if you Google my name, Livin, Livin, Legacie, Legicie, I'll pop up. I set it all up. You'll know how to get everywhere. My social media is all connected. All my videos, any platform that you listen to music on, you'll be able to just click that button there. Whether it be iTunes, Spotify, whatever it is, but you can find me on those platforms. IG, Livin Legacie, spelled the same way, _, and the same thing on Facebook. I really don't fuck with Twitter that much. It's a little difficult, but I have to get on there one day. Hey, so if you do, help people do promotions and set it up, I'm looking for some help, man. A brother needs some help because I cannot do it all. I'm just saying, 916-236-9541. Holla at me. For real.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you.